Today we're starting our trip with a walking tour of a hilltop community called Saint Paul de Vence. This is the first view of it here in the distance. It's another medieval walled city. The church that's prominent on the top there was built in 1000 AD. So, old city. No cars allowed in there. So once you get up in there, no vehicles because the streets are too narrow, but pretty impressive. And what we're learning about is that it's got a very famous restaurant that's visited by a lot of different people. It's called the Golden Dove. I don't remember the French name, but visited by George Clooney, Brad Pitt, a number of other people. Alright, this is the entrance here to Saint Paul de Vence. I just passed under an arch here that was built in the 1500s, and then this other inner wall arch built in the 1300s. And it's a very steep walk. Designed pathways. And, very narrow walkways. Very impressive statue here. The entire middle missing. Very cool. This here in front of me is the original courtyard of Saint Paul de Vence. Not very big, but would have been where they had the market, and some traditional wash basins here, as well as the traditional fountain, which is the bottom part. The vase was added later. But this little square is, as I said, not very big, but an area where people would have gathered. Fantastic spot here. Looking one way, we see the street continuing on, then looking to our right, we see a view out to the French countryside through this archway, and then here we see a great arch with some fantastic looking flowers. What an amazing, amazing place. Really gives you the feel of what it would have been like to live in a walled medieval village. Pretty amazing. Just about to enter the graveyard here at Saint Paul de Vence, but we were just told here that this is a pepper tree, which I have never seen before, and it actually has peppercorns growing on it. Some of those peppercorns are pretty much ready, which is really cool. And if you rub the leaves and the little peppercorns, they smell really strongly like pepper. And here's the graveyard. And this is a mix of modern and old. There's a lot of grapes here, and bougainvillea. These narrow little streets. Film this entire place. It is absolutely unreal. Just these little courtyards and passageways all over the place. Absolutely unreal. Love it. Right in front of me here is the chapel in Saint Paul de Vence, and the chapel next door to the church. The church built in 1000 AD. Now, strangely enough, they have a modern art exhibit on right now. And if you look up here, you see a bunch of 2x4s attached to this tower. That's a modern art installation. I don't get it. In a city that was built, you know, 1100 years ago, why they need to do that, but I don't necessarily get modern art. This is inside the chapel. It's a mix of being built over a large amount of time. Only the original piece at the back here is from the 1000 AD. You can see in the roof the original stones and the walls. A lot of it was then built later, up to and including in the 17 and 1800s. But there's one really impressive piece here on the floor, and it's a grave from 1077. It's probably the oldest grave I have ever. It's probably the oldest grave I've ever seen in Latin. 1077. What a place. What an amazing place. It's hard to actually put into words, and I'm sure that the camera isn't going to capture it as well as it could. But it's impressive. A little side street here. Just goes and goes and goes. It's really cool. Restaurants. This place is unreal. The Tranquil Lizard. Sounds like a great pub. Here's an excellent view of Nice. The area around Nice, surrounding the walled village of Saint Paul de Vence. And here is the village. We're standing on the edge of it here. You can see the wall that surrounds the city and the buildings. Fantastic place. Another cool street here. Not like every one of them isn't cool, but this is the one from the outer walls, and we're heading back towards the center of the town. We're about to try some zucchini flowers deep fried, which is very interesting. Apparently something they do here in beignet form.
Mi delirio, que yo sueño, oh, cuando